look tonight from Lake of the Woods near Bremen. You can see the dark clouds looking towards the north. There are some thunderstorms in eastern St. Joseph County, moving into Elkhart County with some downpours on the way. And really, you might see dark clouds in your distance and it doesn't rain where you're at. That's kind of the name of the game for the rest of this week with these hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. Let me show you another picture. This was 3:30 this afternoon. The rain coming down in New Buffalo, really pouring. People were running off the beaches, raining there, 3:30. And here's a look at it now. Everything quiet once again. This is going to be our weather pattern the rest of the week, where our first warning weather app is going to be very useful because your plans are going to be in place and then a dark cloud moves your way. Right now, Wakarusa, just north of Napanee, has moved through Elkhart, east side of Elkhart, Bristol, Goshen. Goshen, I'm giving you 15 minutes. This downpour is headed your way. If you're in Dunlap and Goshen, it is going to pour with the storm there. There's lighter rain now in western St. Joseph County, moving into the west side of South Bend. We'll see if this holds together, but there's some rain out there. More thunder showers down near the Walkerton area, near Coomes Lake. So that's some good news for that area, which needs a little bit more rain. And then this cell has now fallen apart between Sydney and Pierceton. So we have those hit or miss showers and storms out there. You can see a couple outflow boundaries coming together. This might be a spot where more storms fire up over the next couple of hours. We've got atmospheric bumper cars going on where showers and storms can still be popping up this evening. 80s through 9, still steamy tonight. The humidity doesn't really go anywhere. We'll talk more about that in the forecast. And this line of storms is turning severe, moving into Elkhart County, Wakarusa towards Goshen. This is the view from Lake of the Woods near Bremen tonight, but that line of storms has turned much stronger. Come back and I'll show you a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for southern Elkhart County, Wakarusa included. That is ongoing right now. Goshen, it's about to happen, but the strongest part of the storm is near Wakarusa, what I'm seeing on the radar right now, Wakarusa to Napanee. Wind up to 60 miles per hour and numerous, as we showed you earlier, lightning strikes that can be deadly and dangerous. The strongest of the wind, this area of bright green being highlighted, has moved through Wakarusa, is moving towards the 4-acre area, so the junction of County Road 13 and County Road 46. If you're in that area, the wind is going to get pretty strong within the next 5 minutes or so. And I'll say heads up if you're in New Paris to Waterford Mills, so the south side of Goshen near the airport down towards New Paris. This portion of the storm could get a little strong as we see this now kicking through. A good number of lightning strikes in there, and across portions of southwestern Elkhart County is where the severe thunderstorm is. Watching a few other cells out there. There's heavy rain up near North Liberty and Walkerton, but I'm watching this line right here. This is an outflow boundary, and storms tend to form along this, and this is what we're seeing. Notice how storms are forming right along that green line. The wind kicks out of one storm, then it's kind of like the domino effect, and other storms pop up right along it. So we're kind of in that atmospheric bumper cars of more storms that are firing up this afternoon. A few more down around Winnemac, south near Monon. Doesn't look like anything now, but what will these showers kick up over the next hour? It's all a possibility. You can see how we have that collision course right through there. And there's the storms that are firing up. Skies are dark looking south from the Golden Dome, but we're done with rain likely this evening across northern Indiana and southwest Michigan, as we've had our showers and downpours that have kind of wiped out that instability or storm energy. Temperatures tonight, it stays pretty steamy. I don't expect a major change as we go through tonight. Scattered thunderstorms, a low as cool as 71, and then tomorrow 88. More scattered thunderstorms the rest of the week. Still kind of hot, but less extreme heat. The humidity will break. You'll notice a bigger difference by this time next week.
Tom?
Yeah, those storms first started firing up around 2 o'clock this afternoon and sent some people running off the beach. These pop-up storms are the name
Am I
of the
tossing
game
to
as far
anybody?
as our forecast as we go through much of this evening. So again, still tracking these storms as we go through this evening, and they'll be clearing off beaches and picnics and whatever plans you have, especially if you're in southern Elkhart County from Wakarusa to Napanee right now. That's a strong cluster of storms. There's been a re-up on this warning But really, if you're from Napanee now towards New Paris, I would say Syracuse, we may see a alteration of this warning to include much of southern Elkhart County and northern Kosciuszko County. Wind up to 60 miles per hour, but the strongest part of the storm, you can see it in red, to the south and east of Bremen and to the south and east of Wakarusa right now. This is where the storm is at its strongest and really dumping rain and starting to stagnate over the Napanee area. So anywhere along 6 and 19, the intersection there at Napanee, it is coming down like buckets, and there is a lot of lightning in that area as well. That is a strong storm that has pulsed up in the heat this afternoon, and we watched a lot more come together along an outflow boundary. Now starting to storm near Knox. That was one location that didn't have any rain this afternoon, but a scattering of storms from Lakeville to Plymouth all along this boundary. You can see it stretching right through here, a spot that didn't have any storms an hour ago. And a few more showers trying to fire up near Monticello right now. We'll see if they fire up anything towards Star City. Dark skies as we look south. I'm looking towards the south and east here into Elkhart County and northern Kosciuszko County, where there's the strongest storm on the radar right now. We've been tracking for the past 15 minutes. Now, Napanee still under that heavy downpour with a lot of heavy rain. This line is not moving very quickly and kind of bending and buckling. It's moving southeast at about 25 miles per hour. New Paris, the rain is about to get heavier there. It's just kind of skirted south of Goshen. And there could be some stronger wind gusts, giving a heads up to the Syracuse area and Leesburg, anywhere really south of US 6 into northern Kosciuszko County. This is a very strong downpour. Nothing that is too severe, but there is going to be a good soaking rainfall. So for a lot of farmers, especially in this rural belt here, it'll be a pretty good soaking, and you can kind of see a snaking line of storms in an area that had no rain earlier and looks like it was going to get missed along the boundary. You can see right through there, storms have fired up across much of Stark County, raining in Knox. It's still a little hit or miss, most of it north of Indiana 10, but a thankful development of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon that's really come off and on. We've had waves to the north and waves to the south and another wave right in the middle this afternoon. It's still going to be hit or miss, and that'll be the name of the game as we go through the rest of the week, but there are more chances of rain just like that. By midnight tonight, I expect the rain and showers and storms to be done. Tomorrow, increased cloud cover with some of the leftovers, some showers and storms, and some storms trying to develop will keep temperatures a little cooler, but there's still a chance of rain at times on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. So it's hit or miss, especially in the afternoon where we could see some downpours, and you need to be on the lookout and beware. The weather can change within 30 minutes of storms developing, and it's good to have the app in your hand because look how the weather varies. It's now 75 in Elkhart after the rain, back to 80 in South Bend and 90 in Winamac. The dew point is still very high. We're breaking the heat, but not the humidity. Tonight will still stay in the 70s. Tomorrow, upper 80s, not quite as hot, but it's still very warm and very humid the rest of this week. Thursday and Friday in the 90s, 88 on Saturday. Friday and Sunday are probably the wettest days we have ahead, but a chance of rain really through Monday of next week. Then the heat and humidity break by the 4th of July. Hit or miss for the downpours, but it really hit across Marshall County this evening. The one hard hit spot with heavy rain even prompted a flash flood warning. This downpour caught in Bourbon this afternoon and early evening. Here's going back to 7 o'clock. Heavy rain between Knox and Plymouth, especially 7 to 7:30, just north of Culver. And this is kind of a hit or miss. It wasn't raining in Culver. Meanwhile, it was dumping rain in Plymouth, and that shows you kind of the cutoff of the rain that happened across the area. Rain that persisted for much of the evening in Marshall County, then hit or miss other places. A real bullseye across much of central Marshall County with upwards of 2 inches or more of rainfall. That prompted that flash flood warning. The good news is that we're in drought, so yes, it may have rained so intensely that not all that rain could be soaked up quickly, but that rain was much needed. It all formed around a boundary we talked about that kind of just refired storm after storm after storm that eventually moved back into Pulaski and then Fulton County. Our current radar picture is much quieter this evening, though there are a few more showers back towards Chicago that might skirt across our area overnight. Temperatures are still pretty muggy, but we're not as hot as last night. We were still in the 80s at this time last night. The next 3 days, we'll do it all over again with showers and thunderstorms that pop up each afternoon. It's still kind of hot, but the worst of the heat is past, and there's actually relief ahead in the forecast.
Well, then those hot, it should be like somewhat hot.
Not as hot. Well, it's kind of come up with some more icons that really tell a better story.
Thank you, Tom. All right, thanks.
Continue. Rainfall, some of us saw a good soaking today. Others did not. We're still in drought. In fact, technically, at least as far as South Bend is concerned, dipping below normal now on June rainfall. We could use more, and this picture shared with me says a lot. The corn here is just barely hanging on. The ground is chalky, but in the distance, there's those thunderheads where we had a few scattering hit or miss storms. More of those this week in the forecast. Sunset this evening, clouds, a little sun trying to shine through, but there are more clouds this evening as we have thunder showers and thunderstorms, and that's going to help break the heat at least as we go through the end of this week. Additional clouds. That'll limit how hot we can get. The humidity isn't going anywhere, at least for now. We had a couple rainbows this evening. Nice to see those as we had rain. It really kind of tells the story of those scattered showers and storms. Raining one place, sunny the other, and then in between we get that rainbow from the perspective. Here's a great one from Bourbon tonight as well. Very clear there. And then an hour or so later, or before this, showers and thunderstorms. Still a few more showers are tracking through the Chicagoland area that might scrape through. This isn't going to be a big rain, but hey, any bit of rain helps us as we still have drought for much of the area. Zooming in, the radar picture now looks more clear. We can see one little shower south of Rochester between Rochester and Peru. A little shower there, but otherwise it's pretty quiet out there this evening and will be dry for much of the overnight. Still kind of steamy, but we will go through round of hit or miss showers and storms. 6 a.m. on Wednesday. By Wednesday noon, a few showers as we go through the evening. And then as we go through Wednesday evening, you can see those hit or miss showers and storms favored more east than west. There may be fewer near the lake tomorrow, but we have a chance of these showers and storms that develop each and every afternoon. Here's Thursday. We'll repeat this cycle, and you'll see Thursday afternoon, there's a couple more storms that fire up around 5, 6 o'clock. Friday, I expect a little more coverage. It looks like Friday and Monday may be the best chance of some wider spread rain for everyone. But until that point or in between, it's very hit or miss. Some will see a soaking, others will not. That might be kind of frustrating and disappointing. I would keep watering regularly unless you really know you got a big soaking. If you're in Plymouth tonight, you're probably good not to water the rest of this week. Where elsewhere, if you're in Argus, you probably need to because you didn't get the same soaking. Temperatures right now holding in the 70s across the area. Forecast for tonight, low 70s, still steamy, but will at least be cooler than the past couple of nights and not set a record. Highs upper 80s on Wednesday. The heat index tomorrow near 90. That's a big difference. There may be more of a lake breeze tomorrow that may bring in some drier air closer to the lake. That will be a good thing. If you really want to cool off, I'd say head towards the lake shore tomorrow. The forecast over the next 10 days is still kind of hot, very humid through the weekend. That heat and humidity breaks next week with highs in the low 80s. Good weather leading up to the 4th of July.